Hello YouTube and Facebook, welcome to a special NCAA BCS playoffs preview game. A way to get yourself started for the upcoming playoff season. In honor of the first BCS rankings being released, a little preview game as voted on by the fans on the Facebook page. The Boise State Broncos currently ranked number 5 in the BCS playoff standings, going up against the number 1 ranked LSU Tigers in the BCS standings. This game coming to you from Tiger Stadium, not only because LSU, they are the top seeded team, they are number 1, but Boise State, they wouldn't have it any other way. That's what they do. They travel. They like to go and show up teams in their own house and prove that they are the best. So they're coming here to Death Valley for this preview game between the LSU Tigers and the Boise State Broncos. Here come the Tigers, and Tiger Stadium, it's jam-packed, just about sold out to the brim, not only with LSU fans, but Boise State fans, always traveling well, making the cross-country road trip. Both teams dressed up in some special uniforms. Boise wearing their Nike Pro Combats from the Virginia Tech game, and LSU wearing their commemorative 07 uniforms. There you see Kellen Moore, and for both of these teams, I'm sure we're expecting offensive explosions. When you look at Kellen Moore and Boise State, we know how many points that offense can put up. For LSU, Jarrett Lee, we know the running back Spencer Ware, they can also put up a lot of points. But I'm truly expecting to see a defensive battle between these two teams. Boise State, when you look at their schedule, the most points they've allowed all season long has been 21. Same thing goes for LSU. Both teams have left opponents with single digits, only scoring in the 10s. Good defensive battle in here. We do have a couple of high-powered offensive players and a couple of high-powered offense, but I'm mostly looking at this one to be a good defensive battle. But we'll see. As Kellen Moore and the Boise State Broncos take the field first, Kellen Moore is going to get pressured, but he is able to find a receiver. That is how good Kellen Moore is. He connects with his receiver, his tight end, actually, Kyle Efaw, for a 3-yard pass completion. Kellen Moore, the assassin, he can just pinpoint where he wants that football to go. Now on second down, they give it to Doug Martin, and Martin is immediately slammed and met into the turf by Ryan Baker, the senior linebacker from Grand Ridge, Florida. So Martin loses 2, and now on third down, Boise State, they're probably going to have to go to the air. We got 3 receivers set on the near side. Kellen Moore back to pass. He's drifting. He has an open man, and the referees are going to say it's out of bounds. So Kellen can't find his man, and Boise State, it's a quick 3 and out for the 5th-ranked Broncos. LSU will get the ball off of this punt. It's fielded at about the 23-yard line, brought to the 28. And that's as far as he's going to go. Returning that one was Morris Claiborne, the cornerback, the junior from right around Shreveport, Louisiana. So now Jarrett Lee in this LSU offense takes the ball. First play, they're going to play action fake it to Spencer Ware, and that's going to be a quarterback sack by the Boise State Broncos. Number 97 in on the sack, and Boise State fans know that, the big senior Chase Baker. So like I said, I don't know we here, but defensive battle early on as expected. Couple of high-powered offenses, but even better defenses, and there's another sack by Boise State. George Iloka into the backfield, taking Jarrett Lee down. Another senior, the safety from Houston, Texas, Jarrett Lee, has a 3rd and 24. Now we'll see if the Mad Hatter, Les Miles, tries to do something crazy and goes for the first down, or if he plays it conservative, just goes for a running play and punts it away before he loses any more yards from this powerful Boise defense. Jarrett Lee is going to be pressured again, and he gets sacked. 3 consecutive plays for LSU, 3 consecutive losses of yards. Who was in on the sack? I think we had we had 2 guys in there, number 92 and number 40. Number 92, of course, Shea McClellan, and number 40 on Boise State is Tyrone Crawford. 3 consecutive plays for the Tigers, 3 sacks, and the Boise State defense makes a statement on that drive, and now Boise State will get the ball in LSU territory, so they are winning the field position battle right now, and that's the most important thing in the game. Although we both had 2 3-and-outs on the offensive side, what Boise State likes is the fact that they're winning the offensive battle, the field position battle right now, I should say. Kellen Moore, beautiful play-action fake, has an open man. That is Chris Potter, excuse me. Close to a first down. He had coverage there with Ron Brooks, the cornerback, senior cornerback. But Chris Potter, the junior, a little too quick for him. That will be enough for a first down. So Kellen Moore in the offense, getting things moving on that last play, the first down of the game, and it comes compliments of the Boise State Broncos. So it'll be 1st and 10 on the 30-yard line. They're going to hand it off to Doug Martin. Doug Martin has an opening, breaks through, and he's inside the 15. So Doug Martin, after getting stopped on the previous drive for a loss of yards, they give it to him, and Doug Martin with a beautiful run of almost 15 yards. I have to say 15, 16 yards for Martin, and it is 1st and 10 for the Broncos. Kellen Moore in shotgun, sends his man in motion. There's a handoff on the sweep, and it was a handoff to Chris Potter, and he gets stopped, but not before picking up 2 yards. So if you're going to get stopped early, at least push your way forward, pick up as many yards as you can, and that's exactly what Chris Potter did. 2nd down and 8 for the Broncos. They play action, fake it to Martin. They love this play, back in the end zone. Touchdown, Boise State. If you watch Boise State football, you know that is a play they love. The play action fake, pass to the corner of the end zone. Kellen Moore finds Chandler Koch, the junior tight end, for the touchdown, and that is a signature Boise State play. The play action fake, and actually, speaking of that play, we'll wait for the extra point from Dan Goodall, and that is good. These uniforms, the pro combat uniforms they're wearing, the last time they wore these was against Virginia Tech. That game-winning touchdown in the Virginia Tech game was that same exact play. It wasn't to the corner of the end zone, it was across the middle, but it was a play-action fake and then a fade to the back of the end zone, that time to Austin Pettis, this time to this time to Chandler Koch, but that's a signature play that Boise State loves to do, the play-action throw to the end zone, and the Broncos in the SEC's house for the 2nd time this year against LSU takes the early 7-0 lead. On the option play, Jarrett Lee dishes it out to Spencer Ware, and he's immediately met by a whole bunch of Broncos, and he's dropped. He gains a yard, so LSU gaining positive yardage for the first time in this game, but they're still having all sorts of trouble with the Boise State defense. There, finally, Jarrett Lee with his first completion of the ball game, and he found his wide receiver open across the middle, Jarvis Landry, for a gain of 7 yards. 3rd down and 2. Jarrett Lee sends a man in motion. I formation. He's going to throw it on 3rd down and 2, and it's knocked down immediately at the line. There you see Byron Hout along with Shea McClellan. So instead of keeping it on the ground with Spencer Ware, they go to the air, and now the Broncos maintain the advantage. The punt brought up to the 29-yard line. Bringing that one back was number 4, Jarrell Gavins. And now Kellen Moore, after leading an impressive drive, albeit a short drive, starting inside LSU territory, he'll have another shot at it. This time, deeper down the field, we'll see what the assassin Kellen Moore can do. He immediately finds, though, his receiver, Geraldo Boldevine, but Chuck Hayes is going to get called with a hold, and that's going to bring this one back. First penalty of the football game. Chuck Hayes is a senior offensive lineman, so a senior ought to know better. But these LSU defensive linemen are powerful. We certainly can't overlook that. And grabbed a little bit more jersey than the referees would like to have seen. So now Kellen Moore and crew backed up 80 yards. They give it back to Doug Martin, hoping to see if he could break it through, but number 22 is brought down by another number 22, the linebacker, Ryan Baker from LSU, Louisiana State. We're just under a minute here in the first quarter. It is 2nd down and 17, and the 5th-ranked Broncos lead the number 1 ranked LSU Tigers 7-0. Kellen Moore goes to the air and he either missed time to throw or the route wasn't run correctly, and he's talking it over right now with one of his offensive linemen. So it's going to fall incomplete, a rare miscue from the Broncos. 3rd down and 17 more. Back to pass. Across the middle. That's caught for a 1st down into LSU territory. What a throw and what a catch. That was caught by Mitch Burrows, the junior from Meridian, Idaho. Mitch Burrows was open. Finally chased down by about 3 LSU defenders. LSU defensive players. Kellen Moore. He is so clutch. Another 1st down for the Broncos, and they are moving right now. Under 30 seconds to go in the 1st quarter. Looking like they're going to keep it on the ground, and they will. With Doug Martin, there goes Doug Martin breaking through to the 15, to the 10. Finally brought down inside the 10-yard line. Doug Martin, take a look at the blocking. Beautiful block right there for Boise State. That was a great block, and you certainly got to credit Kyle Eflaw for coming up with that block to allow Doug Martin to get 1st and goal. Can Boise State go up by 2 scores in the 1st quarter? We are in shotgun. Kellen Moore is going to go to the air. He's pressured, but he still finds an open man, and that is how good Kellen Moore is under pressure, but yet he's still able to roll out and find his man, and that was Geraldo Boldewijn, the suspended, quote-unquote suspended player from the Netherlands that unfortunately, despite all the off-season workouts and everything that he did to prepare for this season, the NCAA forcing him to sit out for allegations that turned out to be false. But he's back and he's making a statement, and so is Boise State. As we come to the end of the 1st quarter, it's Broncos 7 and Tigers 0, and right now Kellen Moore and company looking to punch this one in on 2nd down and goal. He's going to pitch it out to, that's not Doug Martin. Who is that? That is number 39. That is the backup, Drew Wright. Wright is a junior from Napa, Idaho, and who's probably going to be the next Boise State running back after Doug Martin graduates. Doug Martin, of course, he is a senior. 3rd down and goal. Can the Broncos punch it in? They have Martin back in the game, and Martin, did he get it? He's tackled just shy of the goal line. Decision time for Coach Peterson. And this is truly Coach Pete football. Gutsy play calling. They are going for it. He's going to put it in the air. Kellen Moore. No, incomplete. I thought he had it. It fell incomplete. Wow. Gutsy decision by Coach Peterson to go for it, to trust Kellen Moore. But as good as his defense has been, let's see what happens. As soon as we say that, though, Spencer Ware enough for a 1st down. Not a bad play call by Coach Peterson, I believe. If you can go up by 2 scores, especially 14 points, go ahead and take your shot. And as good as the defense has been playing in this football game, if you turn the ball over, they're right there on the 1. You can always hope for a safety, but in that situation, Spencer Ware able to break through and get the 1st down. So a little bit of breathing room from LSU. This time Jarrett Lee with the play action fake to Spencer Ware, and he finds an open receiver for a gain of 5 yards. Completed that one. And there you see Coach Peterson maybe reevaluating the decision to go for it. We'll see. Will that 3 points come back to haunt them? But again, it's not even a guarantee. If you watch Boise State football, Dan Goodall, who kicks the extra points for Boise, Jarrett Lee finds an open receiver, and